Citizen AY on YouTube. I'm not gonna do the simultaneous one on Facebook. This is gonna be on YouTube, as you see. I'm not stay too long. Please do me a favor. I'd like you to do me a favor. I'd like you to subscribe if you haven't already subscribed to Citizen AY on YouTube. The reason why I want to do that is because we need this platform to grow even more still. We need to be able to have the flexibility that will give us in being able to reach more people within a short space of time. There are critical information that we need to share as and when we get it. Those information requires us to have, the platform growing exponentially and being able to disseminate those key information. For example, one of the information that we've shared and we want to continue repeatedly to share. Good morning, good morning. Thanks for joining. That we want to continue to share is for people to be aware that as we speak, that the contraption we call Nigeria is being ruled by a military decree number 24 of 1999. Morning, Yomiba Oni. Yes, yes, yes. Morning. I'll be in touch later on. So we'll be touch later on. So please do subscribe. Let me see if I can actually do something with that. Can I make you? I'm trying to make something. Morning, Yomi. I'm gonna try and do something once I do this. Oh, I can't do that yet. Okay, but what we are trying to basically do right now is to make the awareness of Citizen AY grow. Thank you all. First of all, those of you that have subscribed, we're over 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, and that's fantastic. Now the next step is now for us so that when we do any broadcast on YouTube, that it actually goes viral as and when we get it. So, for example, when I talked about the fact that Section 24, the decree promulgation decree number 24 of 1999, is what is being used to rule us right now. That is something that all of us must know, and here's why we need to make sure that we must know and share that information. We need to, every family member in the South must know this. The decree was imposed by the Fulani military, headed by General Abdusalam Abubakar. Remember, you will recall that they denied Abiola the right to be the president, even though he won the elections. They actually killed him. And the same people who killed him now come up with this promulgation decree, and all to do with denying us Southerners the right to our resources. Because what they did was, once they imposed this promulgation decree, they now within that decree have a schedule of that fraudulent constitution that gives themselves exclusive powers, 68 exclusive items, they call them. I call them 68 exclusive powers. And in actual fact, it is kind of like a subsidization document that we subsidize our own oppression. So please, those of you watching this, subscribe to Citizen AY. Good afternoon, Terry Moalade. Thank you. Please, when you get this broadcast, I want you to please share the broadcast. We will be doing a lot more discussions on Citizen AY on YouTube, perhaps on the go. I might be doing it as often as I can. And the reason why we're doing that is because, please, by the way, I hope you've signed the NINAS document. That is the Nigerian Indigenous um, um, Nationalities Alliance for Separation, I think it's called NINAS. Yomi, you just simply take it, go into your section, and you go and click. There is a button. There will be an arrow that you see on your screen that will allow you to sign it. You signed it. Tell me, Alade, great. So there with an arrow, there should be something on your screen that will allow you to share this broadcast. You can share it either live as I'm talking to you or after the broadcast. But what is important, what I want us all to know is that, oh, fantastic. Yeah, very good. Please continue to sign and share it. We need the awareness. We need everybody in the South. And also, what you can do is, those of you, if you can share it, go to your areas, your local areas. You shared it, fantastic. Go to your local area with your phone. And I believe many people you can even tell people to put their phone number on that document. So you can walk around in your own area with your phone and get them to sign on the website, the NINA's website, for demanding a petition for the shared on Facebook. Fantastic. Well done. That is exactly what we need. So share it on Facebook, share it on Instagram, share this broadcast. Now, one of the things that I would say, I may be here 10, 15, maybe 20 minutes, maybe, maybe slightly less. But what I want to do is I will be coming on Citizen AY. And the reason why I'm doing this on Citizen AY is that on Citizen AY, we speak largely in English, and that we need to reach Middle Beltans, Biafrans, and Yorubas. And we all know that currently our language that we all understand is English. So it makes perfect sense that to reach the widest audience in the southern part of the contraption called Nigeria, we need. Good morning, Prince Onyekachi. Prince Well. Okay, good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning to you. So we need to be able to have this kind of impromptu discussion, short message about the need for us to sign the NINA's documentation now. It's very important. The only option we have is to dismantle contraption Nigeria. I want to make that very, very clear. The only option that we have, and I repeat it again, the only option that we have is to dismantle contraption Nigeria. Because the contraption, it has always oppressed us from day one. From the minute they took away the regions, from the minute that they took the powers and made it central, and it became into regions. Yes, RIP One Nigeria. That's what I say. So hashtag RIP One Nigeria. Make that go viral. The only option we have is to make sure that we dismantle Nigeria, because Nigeria has been an imposition, particularly on us in the south. And what the Fulanis are planning to do is to ensure that we are permanently enslaved in our own land, and we must resist it with everything that we have. Now, I'm going to talk about the churches and the mosque in a minute. Please do not be upset. Very good. Please sign. Not only sign. If you are in Nigeria, please, I want you to take that NINA document. If you have a computer, go around in your area and tell people about it. Get them to sign it on your computer. They can put their email address or their phone number. Either of those ones, from what I understand, that they will get a confirmation that they've signed the NINA document. I urge you all, please sign it. Please, when you're signing the document, make sure it has the HTTPS in front of it, because that's the proper document. Check that the NINA document that you got, the website you're going has a HTTPS. Very, very important. Now, like I said, I'm going to touch on the churches and the mosque in a minute, and I'm going to ask you a fundamental question. The reason I'm going to ask you this question is I want you to have a fundamental rethink as to why we are where we are. And we need to separate ourselves. You can go to any church you want. You can go to any mosque you want. That is your personal business. What I am talking about is for you to now fundamentally rethink why millions of us are going to churches and mosques where they take the money that is supposed to be used to build electricity, give us electricity, water, light, hospital, and build massive churches, massive places where they will have you. But your own life, your daily life, tell me what impact the churches and the mosque has had on your personal life in terms of providing you with water, with light, with schools, with hospitals in your local area. That is the question that I want you to start asking about going to the church and the mosque. You can do that you can pray on your own. I am not saying that you shouldn't have a spiritual thinking, a spiritual basis of relating to Most High. You can, your body is a temple. That's another story which we'll go into later on, but I don't want to talk about that now. What I'm trying to make us to think about is this. Many, as we speak now, many millions are going to church right now. Millions are making their way to the church right now. Millions. And they're going to the church to do what? They pray. And why are they going to pray? Why are they going to pray? Because they believe that if they pray, they will get water, they will get light, they will get bridges, they will get schools, they will get hospitals. That's why people go to pray. They go to church and the mosque to pray. Now, I am asking you this question. After 60 years of the contraption called Nigeria, with all the prayers that we've all collectively done, myself included, what has it given us? Has these prayers yielded result? Have we got what we came for? Are we able to, are you safe? Are you safe? Is anybody safe in contraption Nigeria? I'm asking this question because I want us to make sure that we know that everybody, pass this message on to everybody that you hear, that you know of, that your friends, your family, pass this message on. The only option we have, the only option that we have is to dismantle contraption Nigeria. And we need to set about doing that very, very quickly. The Fulanis are taking our resources. They are restricting us access to the resources to even create jobs for ourselves in the South. They do not want us to have a regional government, because if we have a regional government, it means that we are in control of our resources, of our natural surroundings, of our land. They don't want us to have that. That is why they will never let us. That is why they will never let us. They don't want us to have a referendum, and we must go for a referendum. Now, the key thing to remember in all of this is this. The referendum, because they are not doing the referendum, we are going to get that referendum via the United Nations. Here's where you come in. You see, all of the protest that's been happening in Yoruba land is demonstrating to United Nations that the people in Yoruba land are clamoring. They're clamoring for self-determination. And that the evidence is the videos, the many videos across all of the states. July 3rd, by the way, let me say, on July 3rd, we're going to be having a peaceful rally in Lagos State. And please, as many people must go and attend that rally to make sure this is all part of the evidence we are providing to the United Nations, to make them see that there is a clamor in the villages, in the towns, in the cities, across the whole of Yoruba land and in Biafra and other places for self-determination. And that is the justification which they will come into that contraption called Nigeria. And in the southwest, southeast, and middle belt, they will now set about the process for a referendum. Now, we need to prepare the minds of our people to be ready for that referendum. What that means is, what I'm saying is that, you see, we don't want to be in a situation where we talk about referendum and we say, yes, we're going to have a referendum. But the people who need to be aware of it are not taking the steps they need to take. And it's very, very important that we take those critical steps. Very, very important. So what I'm asking you to do, please, at this point, I want to take this point to ask you, if you haven't already subscribed to Citizen YouTube, tell your family and friends about Citizen AY on YouTube now. Make them aware of it. Tell them, share the broadcast. Make sure that people are aware. Sorry, I'm making some changes to these things I'm taking to you. Make sure that people are aware. Subscribe and also click on the notification button so that anytime that Citizen AY comes on air, that notification will go to as many people as possible. Those of you that are subscribed to Citizen AY, I am really grateful. What I would like you to do is to click on the notification button also, so that when we come on air, as soon as Citizen AY goes live on YouTube, you will get the notification and you can come in and get some of the latest information that we have to hand. Now, like I said, What is going on is this. The Fulanis are trying desperately. They're trying desperately to suppress our clamor for independence as Yoruba nation, as Biafrans, as Middle Beltans. They're trying very hard to create the impression that we are not, there is no clamor for independence. And that is what we must guard against. That is why I need you. I need each and every one of you now. Be aware. Ask yourself this question. Have you signed the NINAS form? If you haven't, when I finish, I will post it on this link so that you can actually go into the broadcast. Just just type in NINAS, and you will see it come up on your website and on your search engine. And then go and click into it. Look for the one that's got HTTPS. Sign it. Not only sign it, share it among friends and family. That is the most important thing we can do right now. Now, secondly, we now need to sensitize our people. Like I said, the most important thing that we have to make sure that people are aware of right now is we are being ruled by a military decree. The government of the day, they are trying to bring in martial law. They are trying, hear me properly, hear me well. The government, the Fulani military, they realize that we no longer recognize, they are now beginning to understand that we no longer recognize that decree. Because now that we have done what we're doing, the very fact of making, that is why we're talking, that's why I'm telling you to be aware that as we speak now, I want you to have the confidence to spread this message along. Tell everybody that you know that we are being ruled by military promulgation decree number 24 of 1999, as signed by General Abdusalam Alhaji Abubakar. Yes, that is what we are being ruled by. Now they know that the more people know this, that means that people are going to say we are no longer interested in being part of Nigeria. So we are giving ourselves the justification by sharing this message. Please don't forget, click on the notification button on Citizen AY on YouTube. I urge you all, do so, because these are the kind of things I will be doing on a regular basis to keep bringing in the sensitization and awareness. There is a lot of work for all of us to do. Share the broadcast, tell family and friends about it. Make people aware that what we are being ruled by is by force, by the force of the military. A promulgation decree number 24 of 1999. That is what is being used to oppress each and every one of us right now. And we need to resist it. Now, remember, I said moments ago, the government, they tried to do it a few weeks ago, whereby Abdusalam and Abdullah, whatever, Abdullah Malami, or whatever they call him, they asked the Attorney General, they wanted to bring in, they wrote a letter about trying to bring in martial law. You know why they're doing that? Because they realize that many of us are now telling, the information I'm giving you now, it's a fact. If you go on Citizen AY on Facebook, you will see there's a document that I printed out. In that document, it says, this decree may be cited as the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, decree number 24 of 1999. It says so. It says this decree may be cited as the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So what more evidence do you need for you to now know that we are not in a democracy? I have placed it before you all, and you need to share that information. It is very, very important. What we need is those kind of information to reach millions of us. That is why when you're hearing this information, please don't keep this information to yourself. Share it to family and friends. And like I said, I will put the document again. I've shared it on this page. You will see it if you go to the photo section of Citizen AY. You will see that I've shared something about the Constitution, and it highlights those things I'm telling you. Like I said, General Abdusalam on the 5th of May signed a document that said that they will be able to cite the decree, cite a promulgation decree as the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, which means that you are being ruled by a fraud. You've been ruled by a fraud. They want you to believe that the decree, a promulgation decree number 24 of 1999, is a constitution, when in actual fact, they themselves said they are citing it. This decree may be cited as a constitution. It's not my words. It's the words on that document. That is what you need to be aware of. Every one of us going back home, when you think you are going back, every time we get back on the plane and we go back into contraption Nigeria, we are going into a military controlled area. We are going into a military controlled area. And that is so be under no illusions. We are being ruled by military decree. And what they were trying to do, because they failed the first time when Malami tried to bring in martial law, they're going to try again. They will try. Already you can see Buhari could not come to London because of the fact that we were prepared for him to be. We were going to send him back to Nigeria. We were going to say, no, you're not here. There was going to be a massive protest across all the groups: Yorubas, Biafrans, Middle Beltans, and those who still believe the revolution now. All of us were going to come out. We were ready to come out, and we are waiting. If anything changes, and we are monitoring the situation closely, if anything changes and we get wind that he's back in London in any way, shape, or form, secretly, we will expose it, and we will be going down to Abuja House, the Nigerian embassy, where all of the places that we know of. We are going to smoke out these people. They have failed to provide us with infrastructure. Listen, they have failed to provide us with infrastructure. And we have every right to dismantle contraption Nigeria. We have every right, because they have ruled by trickery, by fraud. The governance that we have is a fraudulent governance. They have ruled by decree, by force of military. They've imposed themselves on the people. They've denied us our access to our own resources. They are taking, instead of, look, to save money, simple, let's put it this way. To save money, the best thing you can do is to have a refinery close to where you find your natural resource. So, in this case, if you find oil in Delta, you should have a refinery in Delta. That means that the time it takes for you to move, you take away any cost involved in transferring from where the resources are to where you're going to refine it. You do it at the same spot. You save the cost, you create jobs within the country. That is a justification that we have for breaking apart from contraption Nigeria, because what they've done is they've gone to create a refinery, taking the resources from Middle Belt, from the Middle Belt, and from Niger Delta and other areas, and go and put the refinery, locate it in Niger, in a foreign country. Ladies and gentlemen, that alone is justification for us to decide to walk away from contraption Nigeria. The people were not consulted. I want to ask you a question. Were the people consulted before they placed the refinery in Niger? Was there a referendum that they carried out in each area where they said, we are considering going to Niger to put a refinery? What do you say? Do you agree? Was there a referendum? Was there a referendum? Please, those of you watching now, I'm asking a question. Was there a referendum before they built a refinery for a resource, for the oil that is produced inside our nation? Was there a referendum whereby they asked? Thank you, Terry Maladi. There was no referendum. And that is the justification. I'm asking this question pointedly. Those of you watching, I'm asking because you need, once you know the answer is no, that is what we need to confidently go for the dismantling of the contraption Nigeria. This is what we need. The kind of information I'm providing to you right now is what we need to share with everybody that we know in the South. That at no point were we consulted about the government building A whole refinery, 260 kilometers into the Niger. They did not consult you and I. They did not ask any one of us about that refinery. They imposed it. They imposed it. And it is very important we understand that. The minute you understand that you were not consulted, that means that you have the right to disassociate from that contraption. Those of us in the south, the southern part of Nigeria, from where the oil is, we have the power to disassociate from contraption Nigeria. We must dismantle it. Because what they're doing is they're taking the resources that we could have used to provide money to build roads, water, light, schools, hospitals, bridges. And what is worse is that they are deliberately doing this. They are deliberately impoverishing us as Southerners. And we must no longer accept this. We've accepted it long enough. That is why I'm asking, I go again back to the question. What is the benefit of having a church? What is the benefit of having a massive church when what you really need is water, light, hospital, bridges, schools? How has the churches made sure that you have light in your area? How has the mosque made sure that you have light in your area? How has the church made sure that you have security? They force the government to make sure they have security in your area. How has the church or the mosque made sure that you have light in your area or security or school for your children? But the same church, I'm telling you now, if you go to any of the churches, people, even as we speak now, our people are brainwashed. They believe that the church will solve the problem. But the problem is there. The cost of food is so high. People are queuing up to get food from everybody else. And our land is fertile. The Fulanis are killing us in our land, preventing our farmers from going to the farm, and then they bring their own food to the south. They want us to be impoverished so they can control us. I am giving you the basis upon which we can confidently say we are going for Yoruba nation, Biafra nation, Middle Belt nation, all of the nations in the south, because the contraption we call Nigeria is a concentration camp. It is a oppression camp, and we need to break it apart. We must break it apart. I've got maybe another 5-10 minutes before I go, but I want to make this point. Please, what we are being ruled by now, whatever else you hear from this, remember that we are being ruled by a promulgation decree number 24 of 1999 till date. And every government after that has sworn on oath to defend that promulgation decree number 24 of 1999, including this government, because they've been told that is the only way they will be allowed to be in government by the military. Are you hearing me? They have been told that they must swear on oath to this promulgation decree. Without that swearing on oath to support and defend that promulgation decree, they will not be able to be in government. This is what has been hidden from you and I. And it is important that everyone knows this fact. We are not in a democracy. We are under military rule. And like I said, it must collapse. Yes, Terry Amalade, it must collapse. So until we keep talking about this, go and ask if the churches want to be, if the churches or the mosque mean no, if they want to be if they want to be of help to the citizens, they should be the ones carrying the message I'm giving to you now. They should plaster the fact that we are under promulgation decree number 24 of 1999. They should be at the door of every single church. It should be at the door of every single mosque. It should be what they are teaching in Sunday school to every single child. But because they are part of the system of oppression, the churches and the mosque, they will never do it. Because they get their money. The money that they're getting for the churches is the money that is meant, churches and the mosque, is the money that is meant to build the roads, schools, bridges, safety, security, water, light, hospitals. The money that these people are using to build their great big churches is the money that should have been given, that should have been available to build the infrastructure in each of our towns and neighborhoods. You will talk about the church. Oh, our church is fine. Our church is fun. Oh, it's a great church. It's welcoming. It's everything else. But is the church making sure that your house has got light? Is the church making sure that your house has got light 24/7? In your whatever you are. Is the mosque making sure that you have light 24/7? What steps are they taking to put pressure on the government to make sure that their congregation has light in their neighborhood? Why is it that the churches and the mosque, they make sure that you have light around the place? If you go to the church, light never goes off. You know why? They want you to feel safe there. Because they know that when you feel safe, you will want to come back. You get? But they don't want you to feel safe in your area. Because the minute you feel safe, why do you need a church? I'll give you a perfect example. I'm in Europe right now. Nobody will come and talk to you about, oh, you have to go to church. If you go to church, you will get light and you will get good life. You will get good roads. No. Because the churches, the number of people who are going to church in Europe has dropped, it's dropping. It's below 1 million now in the UK. The number of people going to churches in a so-called Christian nation is below 1 million. Because many people are awake and they say, I will pray in my own time. I don't have to go to church. I can get water. I can get light. I can get, I can get my food. I've got good roads. I don't need to go. These are not something I should pray for. If I want to have a connection with the Most High, I can do that. But that is not something I should be praying for. Do you get it? Whereas if you go to contraption Nigeria, what they're telling you is to pray for everything. Pray. And they make sure that the area that you're going to pray, the surroundings that you pray, in many of those big churches, you will find that you have light. They even have their own schools. They have their own schools. If a church if it meant well for the people, why build your own schools? Why not make sure that the schools that the people are going to are up to standard? Why? They have an ulterior motive. They are part of the system used to oppress you and I. It is time that the churches and the mosque, are part of the oppression tool. I'm telling you this, and I want you to pass the message on. Please make sure, if you haven't signed the NINA's document, sign it. Those of you watching this, when you get this broadcast, please help make it go viral. Please make people watch this. Encourage people to watch this and think for themselves. What we do on Oduduwa and Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power, is we bring truth to you for you to be able to think independently without anybody else imposing their will on you. We want you to have your own mind to think about your surroundings, what you would like in your surroundings, and compare to what you have. Are you listening? Compare to what you would like in your surroundings to what you currently have. By going to the church and the mosque every Friday and the church on Sundays, they are making you believe that the church and the mosque is your home. But of course, you know that it's not your home, because in those places you will get water, you will get light, you will get some help. But who's giving you help in your own house? Who's making sure that you have running water in your house? Who's making sure that you have electricity in your own house? Who's making sure that you have safety in your own house? Can you see that it's part of the system of oppression? Can you see that? I hope you can see. It's very important, this information. So please, when you get it, continue to share it. Continue to make sure you reach as many people as possible. I wasn't planning to do this morning. I'm doing some more broadcast later on. I'll be doing some more shows and things, and continue to subscribe to us on Oduduwa TV Radio, and Citizen AY, Lady Best, or Omobalano. Many of us. And I encourage you also, if you want to have your own platform, set it up as well. Reach as many. We have got to reach close to 180 million people who are largely from the South. That's what we need. It's not a job for one person. We need to have a plan prepared to make sure that we can dismantle from contraption Nigeria. We can dismantle it completely because it is a tool of oppression. It is very important that we go forward and continue this message. I will keep coming back and I will keep reminding you. When I say, I want to get to the point when I say promulgation decree number 24 of 1999, everybody in the South will know what I mean. Currently, when I say promulgation decree number 24 of 1999, some people know, but we need millions to be aware of this. We literally need millions of Southerners to be aware of this fact. And once they are aware, they will take the steps they need to take to dismantle contraption Nigeria, because Nigeria is a military decree. We are not in a democracy. And like I told you again, I keep reminding you all, they are taking plans, they are making plans to impose martial law. You see what they're doing now? The military decree is being used in secret under the guise of being a constitution. Oh, we are still, so I'm telling you now, we're not in a democracy, because it is not a constitution. It is actually a military decree dressed up as a constitution. Now they know that more and more of us that knows that they will not be able to run that country anymore. So they want to bring in a martial law. Now, what the difference between what they're doing now and the martial law is that it will now be back in the open. They will say, we've suspended the Nigerian government. The people, they failed. And the same people who oppressed you, they will say, oh, we've suspended that government. And we are now going to bring in a government that reflects, that will help the people. But we need to do it under martial law. The same people, and now we'll be in the open. Currently, what we have now, the military decree is hidden under constitution. Can you see? Very big difference. It's a key difference that it is a very important thing to know. But once they talk about martial law, now they are going to say, yes, we are the military. And we, the military, now want to take over. And, we are going to try and impose martial law. But there are one thing I want us to know is if they do that, watch out. Look at what is the composition of the military. They are all going to be Fulani. And that is where you will know that we are under proper oppression. And we need to resist it. And we need to go for Yoruba nation, Biafra nation, Middle Belt, all the nations in the South. We must dismantle contraption Nigeria. Those of you going to the church right now, I'm asking you, when you leave the church and you go to your home, will there be light in your house? Will you have light in your house? Will you have light? Will there be light in your house? Will there be water in your house when you get home? Will there be good roads to take you from your church to your home? Will there be schools for your children? I'm just asking simple questions. So you go to the church on Friday, you give money to the church. And on Sunday, you go to the mosque on Friday, you give money to the mosque. What is the mosque and the church? What are they giving you in return? What are they giving your neighborhood? Are they making sure that in your neighborhood that there's water, there's light, there's road, there's schools, there's bridges, there's safety, security? If the answer is no, please stop going to that church. Please stop going to that mosque. Because you can pray to God. Your body is a temple. You can pray to God anywhere you want. Those places are there to distract you. The churches and everything, they want you to buy oil, holy oil and everything else. You buy from the money that you haven't got. They don't provide you with, they're not making sure that the government is giving you jobs, making sure that you have jobs. They're not making sure that there are jobs in your area. They are taking you, everything the churches and the mosque are doing everything to take everything that you have, to make sure that the government is able to enslave you in your own land. Are you following me? The churches and the mosques are making sure that they take as much as they can from you, to such an extent that you become enslaved in your own land, thereby helping the government to oppress and suppress you, the Fulani government, to oppress and suppress you in your own land. And we all know that Fulanis are guests in the South. I'm telling you all of this so that you wake up. You need to wake up. You will never hear the pastor or the imam talk to you about Section 24 of 1999, because they know that the minute they do that, the money is like they are turning off the tap for the money that they are getting from the government, because they are working for the government. The government have employed the imams and the bishops to brainwash our people. I'm saying it, and anybody can come and dispute it if they want. I'm saying this categorically. The government have employed them to make sure that they brainwash the people to never question the government, to make sure that they believe that they remain subservient, because that way the government can. That is why they're controlling us, and we need to turn the tide on that. We need to empower our people. Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds. Have no fear for atomic energy, 'cause none of it can stop at the time. How long must they kill our prophets? Whilst we stand aside and look, whoa. Some say it's just a part of it. We've got to fulfill the book. I want you help to sing. This song of freedom is all I ever hear. Oh yeah, redemption song. Redemption song. It is time for us to emancipate ourselves from mental slavery. We must. It's a job that we must do unequivocally. This is something you must take on for real. This is not a joke. This is not a game. I'm not here to play games. I'm here to speak truth to power. And I want you to join me on this struggle. These people have enslaved our people. Many of us who are in diaspora, we will never even have dreamed of diaspora had it been that we've been allowed access to our resources. Many of us would have achieved all we want in life right there. But they denied us because they enslaved our minds. Yes, redemption song. Steelmaker, very much. Absolutely, yes. Bob Marley, that's it. R.I.P. Bob Marley. That guy, I love the song. That's why it's you need to be thinking in that way. We have to free our minds. We've been enslaved in our own land by our governance. The people that were supposed to ensure that we have good quality of life are the very same people that have enslaved us. The Fulanis who put themselves in power by force. They denied Abiola the right to be the president. And they imposed themselves. And they said about stripping us of the power, access to our own resources and our own land. Of all of the ministerial posts, only 2 are in the hands of are with Southerners. The rest, all of the other positions, is all by Fulanis. Everything, the ports, the airports, the customs, the army, the navy, it is Fulanized. It is Fulanized. Wake up. If you still believe in contraption Nigeria, it's time to wake up. My job, I'm here to tell you, if you still believe in contraption Nigeria and you're a Southerner, wake up. You are being enslaved. And what is worse, it's not even about you. This is about your coming generation. The longer you believe in one Nigeria, the more you are enslaving your unborn children. Let me say that again slowly. The longer you believe in one Nigeria, the more you are enslaving your children. Those of you build one Nigeria, living in that contraption called Nigeria, we must dismantle it. No ifs, no buts. The only option we have is to dismantle it. Sign that NINAS document. Share this broadcast. I'll be coming back and talking more later on, but I wanted to pass this message on. Please, please, please help make this broadcast go viral. Talk to friends and family. Tell them to listen to what has been said in here. Let them think and understand that the churches and the mosques as they currently stand is a tool of oppression that is receiving money from the federal government. They are doing a job for the federal government to keep the people enslaved. That's what they're doing. You can quote me. Tell them Citizen AY said it. Tell them Citizen AY said it. The churches and the mosques are designed to ensure that we, the people, particularly Southerners, will remain enslaved. Usman Namfodio in 1804, under the guise of religion, took over the land of the Hausas. Now they are enslaved in their own land. We mustn't let the same fate befall us in the South. Now is the time for us to stand up. We mustn't allow the same fate to befall us. Now we know there are some traitors among us. We will have to pull them out. Ladies and gentlemen, I need to rush off. I'll be back later on. But please, remember, we are being ruled by Section 24 of 99, Promulgation Decree number 24 of 1999. We are being ruled by a military decree. These people, they are trying to bring in a martial law. Watch out for that. Resist it. We have no other option but to dismantle contraption Nigeria. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been watching Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. Thank you very much. Thanks for watching. Please share this broadcast and I'll be back later on. Thank you and good.